Mic check, mic check.
Yellow, yellow.
Oh. Are we live?
I hear our voices, but I don't see the stream.
Oh, I hear myself. So next up is Sonic Origins run by SpeedEgg, which will be Sonic 2 Solo Sonic. So, introduce yourself.
Yellow, yellow. What's cracking, everybody? This is Speed Egg here today running Sonic Origins Sonic 2. So if anybody knows anything about Sonic Origins, came out a few years ago, compilation of 1, 2, 3, and CD. Today I'll be running the version of 2 for you. If you are familiar with the mobile version of Sonic 2, this is the same thing, except, updated to be on consoles and PC, and with the added benefit of the drop dash, which I will be showing why that's completely different from Mania. And with me today on couch is everybody's favorite warper, Vaughn Ryder.
Hello. Yeah, I'm Vaughn Ryder. I'm going to be helping with the commentary today. Wishing Speed Egg the best of luck, and want to thank everybody for tuning in.
All right. Let me get to the title screen so we can get rolling. Sega! Egg rolling pacifically. So we're gonna go from a start from a fresh save file here. So just let me know when I can go. All right.
Do a countdown when you're ready.
Countdown. All right, not a problem. So I'm gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
All right. Starting off in classic Emerald Hill 1. Pretty straightforward, but some unique uses of the drop dash. There's a specific strat to get a 16 here, which is ridiculous, but an 18 is still marvelous. Ties the world record of the OGs.
Yeah. So some strats are a little bit different in Origins versus the OG, mostly due to physics. So anything I do here can be similar to OG, but
Minor tweaks here or there, but for the most part, yeah. Emerald 2, we got the Monkey Bop. And the...
yeah, overshot that by
strat.
Don't worry, you got backup though. So if I was actually do the strat I was hoping to do properly, I would have done the top route instead of the bottom, which is a lot more faster comparatively. But this is a backup in case you don't get that. That way you can easily get the boss in one cycle.
And then stage with the 34. Still keeping good pace here.
Yeah.
Origins has got a nice quirk where if you get to this boss too quickly, there's actually a bug that can waste you time because he stays off screen, but that didn't happen, thankfully. Chemical 2, here's a good use of the drop dash to get to... Hopefully they're nice. Yeah, he just made the earlier cycle here. And very clean.
Ooh, almost got 18 there too. So, yeah, so what Vaughn was saying, the drop dash in this is kind of broken in some ways. So, on a flat surface, it's basically a one-tap spin dash, but going on any type of slope downward, for some reason gives you a massive accelerated boost. So I use that at the beginning to kind of help beat the cycle for the blocks right there.
Here's another awesome use of the drop dash. To stop ourselves to make it up to the Tails route. Much quicker to get to this cycle. Oh, that is a difficult one, and if you're going too fast, it could be very hard to make up there, but Speed Egg backed it up real quick, getting back on track, and getting to the
Didn't
boss.
even make that either. Yeah, so there, I can finger shot that. Because usually I wait for a specific position onto the slope to be able to jump all the way up to the top route, but I would have corrected myself on it.
Would there be some time for me to read some donations?
Go right ahead.
So we have 3 new donations. One $10 donation from Tokyo, saying bravo. Another $10 donation from Cheesy Boss saying good luck on S2. Show them how you scramble this game. And then a $5 donation from Ben Nasties saying super grateful to have been able to be a part of this marathon. Over $500 raised for Stand Up to Cancer already. Let's keep up the donations going. Let's keep the donations going and take cancer down together. I apologize for my stuttering, but if you want to donate, there should be a link pinned. There's not currently. I will fix that real quick.
Awesome. So in Aquatic 2, I believe this is just a slight bit different from the OG route. Speed Egg was having this one out for quite some time, and yeah, getting to this section here is whoa, getting some cool bounces there. Trying to hit the boss early. Oh, get the early hit on the boss here.
I've never had it to where those bugs bounce me back like that.
It could have gone a lot worse. It could have bounced you in any other direction.
They could
But
have.
still a clean up.
Yeah, so in the midsection, I waited for a little bit to kind of wait for a platform cycle to run over the pillar. I waited maybe a little bit too soon, so that's why I hit the pillar and got down. But if I was to make it, I would have ran over the pillar through the corner section. So Casino, lately it's been actually doing okay for me, so hope I didn't just jinx that.
Make the squeeze.
Yep. And going down here, hopefully avoid the bumpers, going to squeeze that. Oh, nope, did not. Would have hopefully tried to run through the spring section. Oof. Okay, so... so there, 2 tricks you can do in this, depending on how good you are. I went for the safer option, going in between the bumpers on the lower route. Which, if you can time a 1-frame jump, you can skip the red spring and run through that smoke corridor completely.
Getting to Casino 2 now. Get the speed shoes. And then the other speed shoes.
Oh, didn't squeeze that properly, but that's okay. Let's see if I can get the loop skip here, or screen skip. Oh, no.
Oh,
I squeezed there too perfectly. That kind of messed with my timing there. Fun. So
now
hopefully
hit
I
the
get...
hot dogs. Try to squeeze on down here. Get some hopefully lucky bounces. It could be worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse. Could have just got the big ones and just kind of mess you up there. So back, left, right here, kind of bounce off there perfectly. Squeeze between the flippers there. Get
And the super mega speed drop dash. Oh, is
Oh,
this...
got the cycle light. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, I got
let's
it there.
go.
Yep. So that took me a little bit to track down, and I can't believe that. Ooh. Okay, sub-minute still. Now, so with that, that's a big difference here in Origins 2 versus OG. OG's invincibility frames don't last as long, so you can bounce them off with a lower jump. Here, it lasts so longer, so I had to find a way to kind of make that quicker. So, and through Hilltop's been getting a little issues as of late, so hopefully not today. Oh, got that. Oh man, in other runs I've been doing, I've never gotten that. Of course, I got it into today's run. So hopefully I'll be able
Come
to
down here, squeeze with the drop dash, and just nicely make it down there. Ooh.
squeezing through everything just fine.
Alright. Oh, the cycle
Ooh,
even.
almost made it.
That was close, yeah.
Yeah, that was a 5-tap speed, not 6. That's why I didn't make that.
42 though. Solid.
Yeah, that's what I try to aim for in runs. Anywhere from like a 40 to a 42. Okay, let's see if I can make the cycle here for Hilltop 2.
Lots of stopping and spin dashing to get up top at the start here, and then we start making our way down
Ooh,
to the.
I got the pixel there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always the pixels.
I just barely missed the cycle, but it's all good.
Back it up a little bit. Do a 6-tap quick here, do a slight low jump here, go through there, right here. And then when we get down to this platform here, do a 3-tap off the Rex. Go up, immediate, hopefully yellow spring skip. Nope, barely missed that. It's okay though. 6-tap over, jump here, jump, bounce. And I'm trying to bring my inner arc down, but... oh, man.
That is Hilltop 2. Another clean run. Missed the cycle in the middle section there, but it wasn't too bad. What was it? 2-second loss. I think we take those.
Yeah. One of my more favorite stages to run.
Oh yeah, Mystic Cave. One of my favorite as well. Getting through the intro here. Down the vine. Oh, and it makes it top. Makes it to the top.
Come on.
Can you get the...
Oh, no.
No, no.
I
Yeah,
jumped too up to that.
the
It's okay.
box squeeze. It's all good.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It's all going to... Okay, there we go. Get the squeeze. All good.
Back up
Get on
there.
the vines and make it on the crusher for the final section.
So, I overshot that spike there. I try to
Yeah.
use the land on the left side that gives me more frames to jump from to squeeze through the gate there.
Mystic 2, though. The
See if I can get
intro.
gate squeeze. Oh, nope. Okay.
Yeah, if you hold down, you pass through the vines, so it could be good to use to your advantage, but can also accidentally screw
Yeah,
you
like
over.
Squeezing
Still
there.
getting
And
up here at 19. And 6-tap to the boss. Now there's no way that we know to manipulate these falling spikes in Origins, unfortunately. So this is kind of just RNG the fight for us right now. Still getting it in one cycle though, so moving along.
No, it's one of the things where Origins is more RNG. OG has predicted cycles, or predicted, cycle of them. I think there's like three different variations to it. But Origins seems like it's just always different, so you can never tell, really. So, oil. Okay, oil hasn't been acting up recently too, so hopefully not today.
Yeah, so in OG, you could spin dash in the oil, but you cannot in Origins. So we had to kind of work around that by getting enough speed so that we could spin dash and like bonk under. But yeah, Speed Egg just pulled it off Really cleanly. Getting to the end here. Oh,
Ooh,
the
really
fan skip
clean.
even. And a 33. Let's go.
I take those. I take those instead of me hitting fans accidentally and then. just
If
kinda-
one thing goes wrong in this level, in that whole under the oil section, you lose like 10 seconds. You lose all your momentum.
Okay, let's see if I can get lit RNG. No. Okay, so that trick is always a 50-50 because you can drop dash off the left lid and sometimes clip onto the other lid, but other 50 times.
Yeah,
No.
you just like some pixel and sadness.
Yeah. Go through here, side here, bounce, roll here to the monitor, get it, go to the boss, go for the hit.
A solid.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and a nice capsule. Good stuff.
Usually I don't time those well here because each stage I feel like has a different time to when the camera truly locks. And this
Yep.
one seemed like it's the longest one. Alright, Vaughn, care to explain this one?
Alright, so Metro. There's the early driving cycle, but it's what is it like almost frame perfect to make it there?
Yeah.
But yeah, the big difference is in Origins, you can't walk onto those little buttons. You gotta jump onto them. However, a bigger awesome difference is this upcoming trick that RigPig found, where and he gets the first try. You can clip into that slope, as you saw, this little curve there, and skip 20 seconds of the level, making Metro 1 actually fun. And the follow-up, again, super clean. I think it was self-explanatory. But yeah, drop dashing off the side there into the nut for the super speed when you bonk off the roof. Good stuff.
Yeah. That clip trick is the only major skip as far as like stage wise. Now you can boss skip with tails to fly over it. But for Sonic, he don't have too many things he can skip.
Yeah.
Oh, gonna get a little off cycle for that, but it'll be alright. Jump through here, jump onto the cog, go.
Oh, just barely.
Yeah, I thought I missed a cycle for that. I thought I was gonna be the next cycle. Oop. Oop. Just jump there. Metro 2 tends to be the headache of Metros for me for some reason, even though it's like the simplest on paper.
Again, across the top, yeah. Trying to get enough speed to make it up here. It does.
Wall hopefully. Yep. Step up. Meet that right here.
Oh man, that is clean. I need to steal that. And to the end.
Wanted to taking a little loss on that because I have to mess up in the beginning there with that cycle. So I try to get a cycle before the arrow that comes up top. Sometimes you can help it out.
Oh, getting through Metro 3 intro without dying is always cause for celebration.
It really is.
Oh.
Okay.
A couple little quirks in this one too. My right, making it to the cycle. Nice.
Yeah, go 6-step through the cylinder here, jump right there to kind of make it above that platform here. Oh, barely missed it. Okay, I was just a little off on that. So with that, I would have gotten, if I would have gotten a perfect spin dash speed, I would have ran through that corridor section, but that's okay. Backing it up here. So I think, okay, barely.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about that, so beating that guy up, and I even got that trick.
Nice. There we go. So we don't have Tails with us, So this part is just a little bit different compared to how the OGs are doing with the super speed to get up there.
There we go.
We don't have enough speed to bypass this Ninja Star guy, so Speed Egg's got to do some little stop and go to make sure he doesn't get hit.
Let's see if I can beat this guy here. Oh no! Ah.
Oh,
So I try
close.
to beat that stuff. Okay, clip on there. Okay, hopefully I remember how this boss works.
I will take this moment to remember everyone watching that we are raising money for the Stand Up to Cancer Foundation, and there's a link to donate pinned in chat. So if you want to donate, you can do so.
Remember, it's going for a good cause, folks.
Yeah, it's
So
all
if you
for a
have
good cause.
money, go ahead. Kick cancer's butt. Ooh.
And a solid boss.
And camera. You can be one frame too soon on that, and it stops you completely. Oh, I hate that sometimes. 205, Metropolis 3, so not too bad. Upcoming is what I like to dub the Hydrate Zone, or
Donation, if you got any. Yeah, we got 2 minutes and 8 seconds of chilling.
Oh, we don't have any new ones, but I will quickly state that we have a donation goal for $5,000 raised, which is called Head Shaving Time, which
Oh.
I believe means that the organizer of the marathon is going to go bald.
Oh my,
oh,
that is enticing.
man, I would love this.
So if you want to see that, make sure to donate. We're over 10% of the way there. We have almost $600 raised. That is kind of close, right?
Oh, there we go. We're getting there.
We'll get there eventually.
I believe y'all will. Honestly, with that kind of incentive, yeah, what's not the left? It's for a good cause anyway. So,
It's all for a good cause, yeah. So
and that's
Again,
why we're all
if you-
running here.
again, all donations go directly to the cause. So if you want to donate, there's a link pinned in the chat.
No one donates. I will egg everybody. So that's one thing you'll hear me say often. Just egg puns when it's appropriate. Oh, Vaughn, would you like to tell the story of the time you popped in and died in this zone?
Oh lord. Yeah, I'm haunted by this probably more than Speed Egg is, but one time I joined a voice channel in one of our discords and Speed Egg was on a crazy pace and he was right in here, right in Sky Chase, and I said, Speed Egg, don't you die.
It was like
And as
15
you
seconds
may imagine, he died. It was a silly mistake. We laughed it off, but it's gonna haunt me probably more than him.
I try to remind him every so often. Oh, it's okay. Go here, jump up, one tap here. So this route is different than OG. I take the top instead of going through the bottom section. And I have actually tested it out too. If you go through it all the fastest as possible, then pretty much they actually meet each other. I find this is a lot easier for myself, really.
Right.
For once, Wing Force is actually next to me. Okay, I'm not gonna one cycle, but I think I got 1 or 2 hits left. Okay, it's 1. Okay.
Do not drop dash. You may
Yeah.
be tempted to, but if you drop dash down here, you will die.
Because the controls get locked in this section, so you have no way of stopping yourself. So if you drop dash, you will roll off the platform and just fall off. And thankfully, that was in a level run instead of a full run. That's how I found that out real quick. I thought I'd be like, oh, well, I can go there maybe a little quicker with that because it'd lock you to that end section, but no, it doesn't.
Nope. Just Origins things. But
Yeah,
here we are making it to the final level, Death Egg.
So, Death Egg and Origins considerably easier than OG. OG, there's a specific way to handle getting a one cycle off it, and it's very precise. Here, you can just multi-lock it pretty easy. Reason being is because the flame hitbox on OG is always active. So no matter what you do, it's always active. So one little miss input, pretty much, you know, dead.
You did.
So here, the flame hitbox gets deactivated when you do hit him, so you can just, you know, freestyle it basically. Oh, okay. So what happened there? I went in just a little too far to the left. So, sadly, not gonna PB off that because it killed a lot of my. But with that, should be able to get it the second time around here. Alright, so I should just stand and jump. Not go for it. There we go. Oh, what? Okay.
Yeah, I think that was just what too early of the jump, or you held left too much, or
Jumped too late. Because, yeah, because the flame hitbox reactivated when I was in the middle there. That's why.
even if Speed Egg is saying, oh, it's so much easier in Origin, it's still a freaking hard boss fight. You still got to get all the hits without. You got no rings, so
Yeah. No, it is especially for new speedrunners trying to go into these games. Okay, there we go. Third time's the charm, I say.
let's go. And there we have it. Time is going to be after the fade out. So in like 2 seconds.
1, 2, and 3. Yep.
Here we go. There's time.
And time.
GG.
GG.
Oh, man, I did better than I thought I did there.
That was probably the best marathon run I've seen you do so far. That was a good one.
Yeah,
Solid.
I didn't feel the nerves get to me at all, so I felt pretty good going through it. So, but we're here to have fun more than anything, so mess up here or there, it really doesn't matter. You know, we're here to have fun, you know, watch speed runs, all that stuff, donate to a good cause. So, but I'm very glad to have been part of this. I'm glad y'all accepted my run, so glad to be here.
And we're glad that you submitted the run. So it was very fun to watch.
Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Also, Vaughn, appreciate the commentary and hopping on this.
Yeah, as always, I'm always down to hop in with you for these kind of events. You know, still kind of practicing and getting better myself at commentary, but you know, improving over time. I appreciate you inviting me along.
Of course, anytime.
And we're very glad that both of you are here. So
Much appreciated. Shoutouts?
yeah, are there any shoutouts you want to give before we move along to the next run?
Very much. Biggest is to the Sonic Origins community, because without all y'all, yeah, I wouldn't be doing any of this. I wouldn't have found a lot of things in this game without y'all. Just to name a few. Vaughn, you're one of the big ones. Zier, Sai, Drive-In, Cheesy Boss himself too is very much part of the Origins community, so very much thanks to him. Rig Pig, pretty much just anybody involved. Speedster,
Speedster, NTH, Jordy, Malakira, Fox Rocks, Inception Kitten, Cubby Cat, Lenny GG. I think that's my list. You got some of them. Also.
Oh, you just had a list pulled up?
Oh yeah. As
Yeah,
well as Gamers for Hope for having us, and all the runners involved, and the viewers supporting the stream.
Let's go kick Cancer's eggs.
Yep.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank y'all so much. Good luck to the runners after me, and have fun.
Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. Next up is a speedrun of Sega Sonic the Hedgehog by Spectral. So, you can introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, I am Spectral, and this is Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, a very rare, unique entry among all the Sonic titles. It is a Japan exclusive isometric arcade platformer that uses a trackball as a controller. And with me, I have another amazing runner of the game. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm S2.
All right, I'm gonna jump right in here. This is a very fast-paced game, so I'm gonna let Stu do a lot of the commentary. And we have three characters, and your default is Sonic, but I'm gonna pick Mighty because this is his debut game, I believe, in the series. So I'm gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go.
So we've already seen the first cutscene in the game skipped there. You saw it for maybe a brief second, a picture of the controls, one button and a trackball. Very simple control scheme, but don't be fooled. This game has very complex mechanics. Spectral here is going to be breaking out of this prison, moving in a certain way to get through with only breaking one bar. Normally you're supposed to have to break two. In between, this game is kind of runs at a strange pace of slow then fast and slow then fast, where you get moments like this where there are cutscenes and not a whole lot player input, and then we're going to be jumping right into a hugely technical moment here. This part, there's a couple things going on. Boulder glitch right here. There should be a boulder chasing him, and there's not. That means he's going fast, as fast as possible. And also you're kind of seeing Mighty twitch around while he moves. That's because this game is the way the controls are set up, the diagonals just don't really work. And so Spectral is going to have to kind of dither his movement when moving a lot of times on a lot of different angles to get the character to move. He's also jumped through these bars, which is another glitch recently found. Very tight, only a few pixels that you can actually pass through that. And with all of that, getting down this last straight and exiting the first level. So that is one. Is there 6 or 7 levels? I'm blanking on what it is now.
Me too, actually.
Yeah, it's like 6 or 7. I want to say it's 6. So we should be 1/7. Okay, 1/7 of the way through the game already.
And
I
we'll take
do
all-
have a question, since you mentioned earlier that the game normally uses a trackball controller. Do speedrunners use a special controller for this, or is it just a standard controller you guys use?
I'm using a keyboard, but some runners do use a analog controller. For the longest time, we had problems getting analog controls to run with this game due to MAME configuration, and then we eventually kind of figure out the problem. But I think a lot of the runners kind of got to use the keyboard by that point. So I'm using just the standard keyboard, and that's the main reason why I have to dither my inputs for diagonal movement.
All right. Does it pose a major disadvantage to use a keyboard over a controller?
I imagine in top level controller could be a little faster, but from what I've seen, we don't really have any top level controller runners at the moment, and that could change in the future.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, so Spectral here, grabbing a lot of really tight movement. A lot of these things he's passing around are small windows, either a few pixels or a few frames in which you can get them. And just absolutely beautiful work on Icy Isle there. Now, I think Spectral is going to agree with me here that this next level coming up, in Desert Dodge, once you kind of get the feel for this speed run, is actually becomes one of the hardest ones to really save all the time that there is to save on it. I know I lose a lot of my runs in this level, so
I agree. This is the most technical level by far. There are really tight turns and a lot of platforming that is deceptively difficult because of the isometric angles. I think this game has a lot of tricks that are much more difficult than it meets the eye.
Yeah, so those two holes that he's just jumped over are one of the hardest parts. If you fall in them, which is very easy if you don't get your jumps timed perfectly, then you can lose a lot of time. You can take like 2 deaths to one hole because of a weird way that like lots of different stage elements interact with each other. And just overall, these platforms are very tight. You saw earlier, Spectral clipped kind of a corner, and Mighty pretty much just like magneted to it to go into his falling animation. Spectral was able to get out of that very quickly, but it's very easy if you're near edges of platforms for your character to just kind of stick to them and try to stay there and fall off. This is an arcade game, so it was kind of made in mind that you'd uh, spend coins into it, and so the money making is when you die a lot. So the game is very constantly trying to get you to die to things like that. But once again, Spectral does an excellent job here of just flying through the stage like a pro.
Yeah, this game is definitely a quarter muncher, and this difficulty goes up exponentially as we are going through the levels here. We have a nice little setup here in Trap Tower, if you want to explain that. I think this was discovered as a part of the TAS development.
Yeah, so this one level is how it works is there's going to be these plates that crush you as they come onto the screen, and there will be another level that has a similar mechanic, so you'll see kind of how it's supposed to be played more into effect in the last level. But here Spectral's going to line himself up on this outer edge, get hit, and he's going to be able to pass the first 2 sections of crushers here without having to actually go through them. So that actually, believe it or not, loses a little bit of time just on that setup, but it's actually going to come into a little bit of a time save later. You may have noticed Spectral is trying his best to avoid rings, and in the next level, that's going to really come into play. Another big skip here at the end of this level, if you get lined up on this ladder right here, on the far right, you're going to be able to climb right through those bombs and just go straight up the ladder. So almost everything on that entire stage has been skipped. Very, very cool, very technical stage once again. Um, that's kind of how this game is. It's not a whole lot of remembering. Some games are, especially games with a lot of route options. This game kind of pushes you forward in it's very linear. So there's a lot of technical movement that Spec has to do to save time. But coming into Landslide Limbo now, we are going to see at the end of this stage the first boss, the first and only boss in the game. Yes, there is a boss fight. But first here, let's talk about that health management I was just talking about. Spec was avoiding rings so his health wouldn't go back up so that he can take a death here, which is going to skip a really long cutscene of these vines. If you grab onto them, it takes a while before you can actually jump back off of them, and it's faster to die there and respawn on the other side of the platform. So from this point forward, Spec can now collect as many rings as he wants and pick up as much health as he wants. And at the end of this running section here, there's going to be a little hill climb, and then we are going to go into the first boss. Now there is a glitch that we can do that will skip the boss, essentially. It'll let Spec take all of the boss's health down in one hit. We're going to see if he can line it up here. It's pretty much pixel perfect, so nope, not happening. Like I said, it's such a precise trick. It's not gonna happen every time, and that's okay. Spec is still doing a good job here of getting hits in very quickly on this boss, which is good because of the angle it's at. It can be very hard to get the boss to register hits, and you have to hit it 10 times. But Spec was able to get all of his hits to register and clear the boss in very good time.
Would
This
there be
really
time
is-
for me to read some donations?
I think
Yeah.
this would be the perfect time.
So, first off, we have a $50 donation from Adam R with no comment attached, and then we have a $5 donation from Tempest Mask 1000 saying, "I'm a simple Sega Sonic runner. I see Spectral and S2, I donate. It's not a matter of if, but when. After all, the hive mind that is the need to go fast connects us all in a web of..." I think I'm getting ahead of myself. Best of luck, Spectral.
Shout out
Thank
to
you.
Tempest Mask.
Yeah.
He has showcased this game in quite a few marathons, so nice having you in chat.
Yeah, I will say this game has been on many marathons. Tempest, Spectral, myself, many others have shown it off. And I just want to say I think this game has a really nice community, and I appreciate anybody who runs it because it's been very fun to interact with other runners of this game.
You may have noticed there that while I was climbing, the screen did not scroll for a little bit. And in this game, deceptively, for a speed platformer, the tightest turns do not mean the fastest times, because what we have to ultimately do is advance the camera. And if we take our turns too tight around corners, sometimes the camera gets stuck, which means we don't make any progress in the level. So it's really a matter of picking the best lines, which can sometimes be counterintuitively really wide turns or really slow-looking turns.
So that section that Spectral just did with those rafts is one of the biggest beginner traps for this run. I feel like new runners most frequently will say that that is the hardest part of the game, and I can agree with that. It's definitely hard until you've learned the rhythm for it, and Spectral just destroyed that. And here we are coming into the last level, which has kind of the similar setup to those crushers, but they come in on a rhythm depending on where the camera is. So Spec is going to be trying to line up with certain pixels on the floor so that he can either jump or go under them like he's just done there. And there's 2 sections of these crushers and then a downward descent, and then that will be the end of the run. So amazingly fast that he's been able to close out all of the game like this. And yeah, we'll see how he does on this last section here. Looks like he's going for a little bit higher there.
The lines are very precise in this section because the crushers, I will probably have to get hit here on purpose. The crushers only start moving once they're on the screen, so the line we take directly impacts the cycle that we are going to have to go through, and we basically memorize 1 or 2 cycles that are the fastest. But if we end up making a mistake and input a couple frames late, we are going to be completely off time, off beat, and then we'll have to improvise, which is really difficult because this is really the part of the game where the quarter munching really kicks into gear, and the game is trying to basically get a game over any way possible.
Yep. And so now this is going to be the last part. Eggman's going to run out of here, and a timer is going to start counting down, and there will be a door at the bottom. When Spec goes through that, that'll be the end of the game. So I'll let you make any final comments you want to say, Spec.
Well, the only thing I want to point out is the fact that Eggman technically paced out Sonic and his friends by leaving this place well before us, but that's time.
Thank you.
All right, so that was Sega Sonic the Hedgehog. It's a pretty fast-paced game. You blink, you miss a lot of the tricks. It is a difficult game, but I think it's also a really fun game once you get a feel for it. I want to give a big shout-outs to all the Sega Sonic runners, S2, Hypnotics, Tempest Mask, Hyperlink, Broken Hyperlink. So big shout-outs to the community and people who have contributed to this run over the years. And I would like to thank the S2 again for the amazing commentary, because this game is very hectic, so it can help a lot to have someone who really knows what they're talking about to provide awesome commentary, just like S2 has.
Congrats on a great run. I think you really nailed it with saying, it's such a blink and you miss it type of game. You absolutely flew through it to the point where, it can be, like you're saying, troublesome when you're hitting every trick to explain all of them. There's certainly things that you did that we weren't able to talk about. Really impressive run there. Good job on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, once again, I'd also like to extend that shout out to the Sega Sonic community, both runners and task makers out there. As you're saying, those tasks that have been made have been really instrumental in the route. So shout outs to those guys who have been working on those as well.
Thank you for being on here. It was a really fun run to watch.
Thank you.
So next up is going to be a race between Leah and Drywall for Blaze in the deep blue. So you two can introduce yourself.